how's it going, everybody? I'm Jake. This is Press to Play, and here's my review of Birds of Prey. So Birds of Prey and the Fantabulous Emancipation of One Harley Quinn, directed by Cathy Yan, is essentially a story about Harley Quinn trying to find her place in Gotham after she's broken up with the Joker. Black Mask has pretty much the entire criminal underworld of Gotham searching for this diamond. Harley Quinn and the rest of the Birds of Prey get wrapped up in that search. So with that out of the way, I don't even really know where to start. I think I've just got to say it right off the top. I loved this movie. DC has yet again blown me away and not let me down with their DCEU movies. That's 3 in a row. You know, we got Aquaman, which I loved. We got Shazam, which I loved. And now we got Birds of Prey, which I loved. I think Birds of Prey might be the most fun and out there crazy of those 3 movies. So if that tells you anything, because Aquaman and Shazam were both pretty out there crazy too. This movie is just wild and oozing with style. Let's start with Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn, because realistically this movie should have been called Harley Quinn and the Birds of Prey. I don't think she should have been the subtitle on this one. She is the lead character. This is her story first and foremost. And Margot Robbie owns this role. You know, I loved her as Harley Quinn in Suicide Squad, but she takes it to another level in this one. She is so believable as the Harley Quinn character. It's insane. The way she talks, the way she acts, the way she looks at things, the way she reacts to the world, the thoughts that go through her head, it's all so incredibly Harley Quinn. The way she fights is some of the coolest action I've seen because it's so incredibly unique. And the action goes throughout the whole movie. Like, the action, everything you've heard about, you know, people talking about how good the action is, it's not hype. Like, the action is so unique and fun to watch in this movie. Every time there was a fight scene going on, which there is a lot of them, every time a fight scene was going on, I was just glued to the screen waiting to see what was going to happen. Aside from just, you know, Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn, all of the other main characters in this movie were really, really fun to watch in their own unique ways. I think the other biggest character in the movie is Black Mask, played by Ewan McGregor, and God, I loved watching him. Every single time he was on screen, he stole the scene. He stole every single scene he was in. He's so twisted and misogynistic and crazy, and you can tell he's just kind of a dick, but he's also super eccentric and weird and quirky and just messed up in the head, and he owns so many people, so he's got so much power that he can just tell people what to do and they'll just do it. It's so much fun to watch him. Aside from just those 2 though, I think all of the characters were really, really fun to watch. You know, you got Renee Montoya doing a bunch of cool shit. Black Canary was super badass in this movie. Huntress is super badass in this movie. And, you know, all the characters have a lot of moments where they add a lot of levity to this movie as well. Cassandra Cain has a lot of funny moments as well. And that's something to say about this movie, is I think it might be one of, if not the funniest, most lighthearted of all of the DCEU movies, while also being, you know, the most serious as well. There's a lot of really dark things that happen in this movie, and they do not pull any punches. This movie is violent. There's not a lot of blood, surprisingly. You know, there are definitely shots with some blood, but don't go in expecting some blood fest like Deadpool. It's not quite at that level, but it definitely earns its R rating. It is violent. They do some real crazy, like, just hard-hitting shit that it was so much fun to watch. Just visceral fights. And the way they told the story, I really, really loved. I thought it was super interesting. It's not just a linear from here to here movie. It kind of is from here to here to here to here kind of movie. And I really, really loved that. I thought it worked. You know, the way they handle that was brilliant. But it's just so crazy. It was like watching a cartoon at some points, which you wouldn't think would necessarily work, but it worked. It worked for me anyway on every level. You know, you got Harley Quinn hanging out in her apartment with her hyena, which, I mean, she's had the hyenas, but would that work in a live action setting? Apparently so. And on top of all the crazy, fun, awesome stuff that you're getting through the entire movie, it ties it all in with real serious issues. You know, what happens when you break up with someone that you've been with forever? And how do people react around you when, you know, they knew the two of you together? What happens then? It deals with children not getting along with their parents. It deals with death. It deals with not being treated well at work. It deals with all of this really, really real stuff. You know, the world of crime, that's a real thing too, unfortunately, but it wraps it up in this fun package. It doesn't like weigh you down and just depress you, because you pick it right back up with fun jokes and action and awesome stuff like that. I loved the way they were able to blend those things together. At the end of the day, you guys, this is not only one of the most unique DC movies I've seen, but this is one of the most unique comic book movies that I have seen in general. And as far as the DCEU is concerned, I'm not really sure where I have it right now, but it's either at my second place favorite DCEU spot, or it's taken the crown away from Aquaman. So I'm not really sure. I'll have to see the movie a couple more times to figure that out, but I liked it that much. This movie was fun. It had good action. It had good soundtrack. It had good color. It had good cinematography. The acting was great. The humor was great. The writing was great. Everything about this movie I loved, and I cannot recommend enough that you go see this thing in theaters as soon as you can. So those are my thoughts on Birds of Prey and the Fantabulous Emancipation of One Harley Quinn. Have you seen the movie? What'd you think about it? Let me know in the comments below, and if you enjoyed this video, please give me a big thumbs up by hitting that like button, and if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button to be the first to know when I upload a new video. Thanks a lot for watching, everybody, and I'll talk to you all later. Bye.